very good morning to you. Welcome to the Starr Breakfast News here on your Simply the Best dial 103.5 FM. This morning, economist Professor John Gachi predicts hard times for the economy following presentation of the mid-year budget review statement yesterday.
What it means is that you have more obligation towards creditors to pay them because you owe them. Which means that we have a tight situation ahead of us.
Meanwhile, the minority say the budget is representative of the misery imposed on Ghanaians by the government. Also coming up, IGP Dr. George Ekufu-Dampare assured of effective collaboration between the police and the other security agencies to deliver an event-free general election in December.
We are committed to going the extra mile to show our appreciation to you by working with the rest of the security agencies to ensure that there is peace, security, law, and order, especially during this election year.
Later in the bulletin, CTAG meets Education Ministry today to resolve impasse. We've got details of these stories coming up, but first, let's remind you of our affiliate stations across the country.
Starr News is coming to you live on Ultimate 106.9 FM in Kumasi, Empire 102.7 FM in Takrady, Zeps 95.9 FM in Zebila, Nissim 100.1 FM in Lamshao, My Star Radio in the USA. Also live on Facebook on Starr 103.5 FM and on starfm.com.gh around the world. This is Starr 103.5 FM. Starr News. Informed, in depth, in touch.
Many thanks to you for choosing Starr News. I am Nurein Abass. We begin the bulletin now. Economist and Dean of the University of Cape Coast Business School, Professor John Gachi, is predicting hard times for Ghana's economy for the rest of the year following the presentation of the mid-year budget review statement by Finance Minister Dr. Mohamed Amin Adam. Now, the Finance Minister noted that public debt as of the end of June this year had shot up to 742 billion cedis, up from the 608.4 billion cedis recorded at the end of last year. Now, this Professor Gachi describes as unsurprising, noting that the months ahead do not look good for the economic front.
What it means is that you have more obligation towards creditors to pay them because you owe them. And that also means that you need to move more revenue to be able to pay revenue. More revenue have been incumbent. You need the revenue to pay compensation. And all the revenue have already locked up against payment of debt. We are not consistent even with the restructuring of domestic debt. The new payments have not all been done, and we are not yet reduced.
Starr 103.5 FM.
Which is likely to resume next year. Which means that we have a tight situation ahead of us.
Meanwhile, the minority in parliament say the budget failed to address the concerns of Ghanaians, said their leader, Dr. Kaysel Atuforsen.
Many Ghanaians are unable to put food on the table for their families and loved ones. People can simply not make ends meet. In fact, the that is the true state of our country. The high food prices are one of the major problems facing the people of Ghana today. Yet, this media review did not provide a roadmap to arrest the escalating food prices. Planting for Food and Jobs was a monumental failure, despite the billions of Ghana cedis that have been spent so far on the program. The greatest threat to our national security today is youth unemployment and food insecurity. These two factors are fueling the loss of confidence in our democracy, revealed in the recent Afro-Barometer report on Ghana. Yet, this media review failed to address these two major concerns. This is the legacy of the MPP, Akufo-Addo Bawumia. Bereft of new ideas, gives no hope, and it fails to offer a roadmap for addressing the numerous problems facing the people of Ghana.
So you had the minority leader, Dr. Kaisla, to force it. Meanwhile, the executive secretary of the Importers and Exporters Association, Samson Asakia Wingabe, tells Star News the budget did not meet the expectations of the business community.
We're looking for to see the government abolishing the special levy, import levy, 2%. We're looking forward to seeing the government talking about the upfront 2.5 VAT at the port, because everybody who imports into this country still pay a duty plus an upfront if you are importing importations in your first time and your invoice value is over 200,000 or so. Again, we were thinking that at least the COVID levy should have gone up in books so that it can give some reduction of price. Look at the statistics. The last time the statistics 70, you could see that there has been an increase, a sharp increase in terms of food inflation in this country. And so I can tell you quite clearly, we, the business community, are not happy with what happened.
You had Executive Secretary of the Importers and Exporters Association, Samson Asaki Awingabit. Away from the media budget review to other stories. Now, chairperson for the Justice for All program. And before I bring you that story, let's do this story. The Colleges of Education Teachers Association is expected to meet the Ministry of Education to amicably resolve the impasse surrounding its industrial action. Members of CETA have embarked on an industrial action for the past 6 weeks over government's failure to implement an arbitration awarded by the National Labour Commission last year, according to the teachers. Until the employer complies with the arbitration awards by the Commission, they will not resume work. The Education Committee of Parliament has called off its meeting with CETAC to allow the Education Ministry to conclude negotiations with aggrieved CETAC members. Now, here is Member of the Education Committee of Parliament and MP for Akachi North, Peter Notukotwe, speaking to Star News.
I feel to meet CETAC tomorrow with the Labour Commission, Fair Wages Authority Commission, and then the Ministry. But it has just been called off. Called off because the Ministry of Education has also arranged meeting with CETAC and the other bodies. So we want them to meet with the ministry, and then the outcome of that meeting will determine whether we will continue again, or when we realize that a solution has been found to the impasse, then we will not meet them. So ours is called off or is on hold. Let them meet tomorrow with the minister and then the other stakeholder. Then we will take it from there. Yes, the chairman of the committee and myself this afternoon met the Minister for Employment. We expressed our reservation that the action be taken by GTEC on the instruction of the Minister for is improper. So we asked him to make the ministry withdraw that letter, and he promised that he was going to do so that their salary will not be frozen for July. Because we are of the view that if you want a solution to the matter, you go and then top their salary. It will not solve the problem. It will rather aggravate it. So the Minister for Labour and Employment understood our position, and according to him, he has agreed to take that decision or step to make sure that they take their salary for July.
You heard the ranking member of the Education Committee of Parliament and MP for Akachi North, Peter Notukotwe. Now, the National Secretary of CETAC, Thomas Ampoma, has also been speaking to Star News ahead of their meeting today.
We are diligently working on the processes that will take before will come out to tell the public what it is.
Is it the case that you are meeting the Education Ministry?
Yeah, yesterday we had an invitation from the Senate Committee on Education in Parliament that they will be meeting us tomorrow at 10 a.m. Yes, this evening we also had an invitation from the Minister of Education through the GTEC that they want to meet us tomorrow 2 p.m. So we are now planning to attend the two meetings. So that is the case. Yes, sir.
And what's on the agenda with regards to your meeting with the Education Ministry tomorrow at 2 p.m.?
Exactly. They didn't state any agenda. They said the minister wants to meet national leaders of CETAC. So we don't want to question any letter. In fact, they are the ones that are freezing our salary, and they are still inviting us. We're speaking to our lawyers of the view that we should go and listen to whatever they have for us. So we'll go. There's no agenda on the letter, actually. So we'll go and do whatever they have.
You heard the National Secretary for CTAC, Thomas Ampoma, speaking to Starr News. Now, in other news this morning, the Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Okufu-Dampare, has assured his outfit will collaborate effectively with other security agencies to deliver an event-free general election come 7th December. He gave the assurance when President Akufo-Addo inaugurated a 320 new housing unit for the police service at the Police Training School in Tesano, Accra. This initiative aligns with government's broader agenda to improve the welfare of security services and mark a significant step in addressing the housing needs of those who serve to protect the nation. While lauding the president for the initiative, Dr. Dampare assured his men are committed to delivering peace, law, and order.
We are committed to going the extra mile to show our appreciation to you by working with the rest of the security agencies to ensure that there is peace, security, law, and order, especially during this election year. And that, Mr. President, we can assure you, we will leave no stone unturned in getting to that destination. We will do this by building and not destroying. And we'll do this by uniting within our ranks, within the police service, across the other security agencies, and also across all stakeholders, and we will unite without dividing.
You heard the Inspector General of Police, George Okufu-Dampare. And that brings us to the end of the breakfast news this morning. There's more news when you log on to starfm.com.gh. I am Nurein Abass. Many thanks for your company.